And we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Ben, can you hear us? Are we coming through?
Hi, Bertie. All good?
This is Bertie Vallat and and Rob Fay commentating today. Looking forward to watching this match between Nicky Howell and Rob Shenkman.
Yeah, great day here. British Open quarterfinals day is always a good day's tennis, and starting with a really interesting one.
Yeah, this is an exciting match. So last year they played on this same court and it was 3-1 to Nicky. So Rob will be looking to push him a little bit further this time around. There we have it, in the form of his life of playing off +4, the top ranked amateur in the UK and I think probably the world. I don't know where Kieran Booth is, but he's playing very well at the moment. Recently won the MCC Gold Racket quite convincingly. And yeah, he's picked up the British Amateur title, US Amateur title, and making a regular appearance in Open quarterfinals.
Good solid wins this week.
Yeah, he played Freddie Bristow in his round of 16 match. Fought off a very strong start in the first set. And yeah, he's looked good.
Big smile on his face, so he's in good mental space for this one.
Yeah, no, he's always happy when he's on court.
It's a good, interesting matchup here. We've got the kind of power and strength of Nicky versus a good solid retriever in Shanks. Kind of augurs for a pretty good match, I think. Here we've got world number 3 and very solidly so Nicky Howell. Highest ever ranking and thoroughly deserving of it. Now working out of Aiken, South Carolina, and just seems to be going from strength to strength, really. Of course, there is French Open champion 2023. Lots of Aussie Open finals, and played in the most recent World Championship event.
And picking up the Champions Trophy event recently at Hampton Court.
Yeah, good win over the summer. So yeah, just in good form all around, and he's going to be tough to beat, not just here, but probably all week.
And Drew Lyons marking. We saw Drew marking from the back, I think, for probably the first time ever yesterday, but he's back at the net today.
Already looking
that
a
was
bit
good
chilly.
timing.
That was yeah, just happened to look at the right time there. Good example of why we don't mark from the net anymore.
Yeah, it's brave.
But he's about the right height, isn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't need to duck, that's true.
Head to head, what do we got here, Bertie?
Yeah, Nicky leading the head to head. But more recently, this match is looking quite close. Some 6-5s. Rob Shenkman taking a set in the last meeting. And he's only improving, so this match could be very close.
What do you think Shanks has got to do here to bridge this?
To bridge this gap.
Well,
I
this
think
perceived gap.
I think his game style naturally works very well against players like a weapons-based player like Nicky, just getting the ball back in the right areas, playing the percentages. A lot of it depends
today.
A lot of it depends on how well Nicky plays, but if Rob Shenkman can get the ball in the right areas consistently, then anything can happen.
Yeah, I agree. He does put the ball on the spot and keeps his opponent under pressure, but I feel like he just needs 5-10%, more balls towards targets, hopefully going in, just to kind of, clutch some of those slightly easier points when the ball's there. All right, here we go. Nicky Howell to serve.
Ritblat British Open singles. Introducing the players at the receiving end. Please welcome the number 7 seed. His name is Robert Shenkman. Service end. Please welcome the number 2 seed, Nicky Howell. This match is the best of 5 6-game sets. Players are ready. First game level.
It's a good first rally from Rob. I think that's the kind of point he'll be trying to encourage.
Yeah, Nicky straight in with the railroad, which has been interesting this week. I wasn't expecting quite so many railroads. Everybody seems to be going with this kind of slower, almost a Cam Riviere kind of railroad. Just trying to put it on an awkward length rather than do too much.
That's a good result from that rally. Nicky had Rob under some pressure there.
Yeah.
Just missing his target on that third ball. When you serve at Queens, how do you adapt to your serving? Or do you think about anything differently as opposed to playing on other courts?
Yeah, I think you do. You've got very kind of, the back wall doesn't take much spin, so it does kind of limit your options a bit. I think a lot of people this week you've seen trying to bring the dip over the winning gallery into play. And again, even I think with this railroad everybody's using this week, they're just trying to get it into that kind of danger area around the winning gallery, aren't they?
So you slow it down a bit when you serve a railroad at Queens?
Try to.
And bring it shorter.
Usually
okay.
Frame it back penthouse, but
okay.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
See there, Shanks straight on that.
Wow. Yeah.
Over the winning gallery.
It's just so unforgiving off the back wall, isn't it? It doesn't come back.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're long here, then you're in trouble with the dead on.
So, are you actively looking for the nick, or are you going for floor back wall?
I think bottom third.
Bottom third of the back wall.
Okay. Is very good here.
So I just thought I'd get some coaching here, make the most of it.
When you see Cam play, he's just on the money with that serve.
Yeah.
Not trying to spin it back necessarily, just bottom third.
So it's all about length rather than width.
And you just have to kind of accept that there's going to be quite a bit of that, especially if you're playing someone like Nicky.
Yeah.
Loose serve just sits there and begs to be hit, to be honest.
Should Rob on his second serve persist with the bobble, or would you like to see some more variation on the second serve, like a demi-PK or a sidewalk?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he does. It kind of depends whether you want to face the force or the cut volley, probably. Again, Nicky right on the money there.
Wow, what a serve.
Solid.
15-40.
That's just an ideal point, isn't it? On
Yeah.
the chase. Great serve, loose ball, put away. Not sure Schenker has got that one in his locker.
Rob's saying, no, Rob, not you. He knows that's not his shot.
Yeah.
Good ball. And Nicky's brought this first game back to juice.
Yeah. That's funny, one silly shot there from Schenker. It kind of puts the pressure right back on himself, doesn't it? Great retrieval from Nicky.
Wow, what a rally that is.
I think this is for me the problem with Rob's game plan is if he wants to stay down there and keep these rallies going, he's got to be on point.
Yeah.
Because Nicky will put that ball away.
Should Rob be opting for when Nicky goes back wall first on the railroad? Is Rob right to be forcing these balls? Or should he be opting to cut it into the corners? Great shot.
Finish. Yeah, And he's also, to be honest, he's got a gallery option. Right? Some of them are loose enough just to stick down the line. That's a great serve. And I love the return.
Yeah, Rob really peppering the backhand corner here. Interesting to see that when he goes for the force, he tends to still use like a cut shot kind of technique on it.
Yeah.
Getting some disguise.
Does take a lot of pace out of it, though, I think.
Do you use both, or do you like solely roll over it?
No, like you say, that disguise down the line will be probably a bit of slice.
Just a little bit risky if they do read it, then it's kind of
worse than 2.
hanging there.
It's great, 2 great heavy balls there.
Wow, to be worse than 2 as well.
3.
Good length on that serve again. Nobody's been enjoying that this week.
Yeah, it's an awkward volley.
Just generates a lot of pace with that wrist snap, doesn't it?
Yeah, such a small take back, and wow, good get. Oh, that's a good rally.
Shenk's got away with one there.
Yeah.
Had a lot of matches this week. These really long first games.
Yeah. Yeah, and all the doubles yesterday as well. Huge first games. Yeah, Rob just missing his targets there, I feel.
That's what I alluded to earlier.
Yeah, could have found the grill.
His improvement for the next couple of years is he's got to be picking a higher percentage of those off. So he's going to have to go for his 3/4 pace rare
Rob
here on the hazard.
a lot of bananas there. He's planning to be here for a while. Go all the way for 5 sets.
I think he's already been through 2. Oh, he's gone for that shot.
Wow. Oh, it stayed in.
Game to receiver, first game.
What do you think of that high back ball return?
I think it's a good
You're a
option. I
fan?
think it's very risky here because you've got those mezzanine windows below you.
Yeah, let's slow it down.
If you catch the glass, it doesn't go far enough. I just found it interesting that no one really does it from this end.
Yeah, that's true. I guess the hazard galleries are just there.
But yeah, if you're playing chase 6, you get a juicy one. Just smash it high back wall.
I saw Chris Chapman maybe do it once or twice.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great backhand that
It's
is.
good length. You do get some awkward
weight on
rising balls off that floor here. But as a good example, I think Nicky has a slight luxury here in that he doesn't have to serve as well.
Because he knows that Rob's maybe not got the biggest weapons on the return of
Yeah,
serve.
so he'll be in most rallies. That's a better length. Great shot.
Wow. Rob could have got that though.
Just took half a step the wrong way there, didn't he? Not too far the wrong way though. Oh, that's a lovely pickup from there.
40-30.
See that? It was a great volley from Rob, but just lacked that 10%, didn't
10% more pace or 10% more
it?
cut,
Or
or
you
just
know,
both?
just either.
Yeah, just more weight on it.
Half yard worse than last time.
So far we're seeing Rob trying to encourage his kind of rallying style on the match, but I think Nicky's seemed equal to it really. He hasn't made many unforced errors.
Certainly not looking worried about it. I just,
No.
you know, what's Rob's plan from
Team
this
lead
end?
40-30, half a yard worse than last gallery.
Because Nicky goes down the other end, he's got a very clear idea of what's about
And
to
he has
happen.
that drive force, doesn't it, to generate chases.
Yeah. So I worry what Rob's winning plan from this end is. Probably
There
that,
it
I
is.
guess.
Serves advantage.
Good high shot to the Tammer there.
Wow, what a ball.
That was crisp.
Such a heavy shot, and it wasn't a bad serve. When you take on the grill from this right forehand corner on the service side, do you look to go like direct, or do you hit the main wall?
Kind of depends on where you are. I mean, I think you can use the edge of the dead on as your guide. If
Okay.
you're inside the edge, main wall's probably on.
Yeah.
Advantage receiver.
And if not,
Once you get into the actual dead on itself, you've probably got to go straight.
and you'll miss. Are you going below the grill, or do you want the timbre if you're missing the grill?
That stayed in there, can't see from here.
Oh, it's unlucky. I think it did stay in.
Yeah, you've probably got the best view in the house here. It was close though. I think Rob was wishing it out.
Yeah.
Serves advantage.
Yeah, Rob really has to be making that kind of ball.
And the game. One game more.
That's two big juice games, one each.
It's good.
One all first set.
Very good quality.
Nothing in it so far.
But you do feel, despite the work he's having to do, Nicky's quite comfortable down here.
Oh wow.
And the second gallery.
Right street, wrong house.
Yeah, Nicky's looking very comfortable in these longer rallies, which probably isn't a good sign for Shenkman.
The leg flick from Schenker's there.
The signature.
Sheila.
Signature Schenk's move. Again, that's a rally where you're like, I'm not sure that plan works.
But
15-all.
is there a plan B though? If out rallying Nicky isn't working, then I'm not sure what. I guess take more galleries.
Yeah, probably. If your strategy is to run, you want to do it down this end.
Yeah. That's a
15.
tough bounce.
Been happening quite a bit this week. Ball's coming down a bit more. Great length on that serve.
Oh,
30-all.
wow, he's found the target there. Snuck in.
Undecided. Nicky thought it was missing wide in the end. again. Shanks picking up a couple of scrappy ones, but they all count.
2 good serves from
I
Nicky.
think, just missed the dead on stat there. I suspect, bizarrely, Shankers is probably well on top. What was the dead on count there, Mr. Director? Just those 2. Okay, well, that's a very clear lead in that case.
Second gallery.
Wow, 4 love I'm hearing. Total domination of the dead on from Rob Shenkman. Great put away.
Next to line, juice.
That was a huge shot to go for from there.
Down the line. Oh, too good. It's a great option on this court, I think, because people definitely are looking for the dead on first.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, interesting to see Nicky looking so confident on the floor here. Opting not to take a gallery, but beating Shenkman on the floor.
Service advantage, chase the line.
Oh wow,
Nice.
found it.
Good hands there from Rob.
Not sure what.
Something rattling around in the dead on. Good pick up.
Oh,
Service advantage.
A lot more time on that ball than he thought. That's a frustrating point for Nicky there, where you do all that hard work.
And Rob looked frustrated as well. Did you see his reaction there?
He hates winning a point.
I think he's exasperated. He hasn't been doing more of that, just going across the court.
That was a good read.
Wow.
Good shot. See, that had a bit more on it, didn't it?
Bit more pace.
Is that previous banana kicking in, I think?
Are you a banana guy on court? What's your...
I mean, I probably was at one point.
And now you're let's just make this quick.
I barely remember drinking water these days. That's lovely again. Nice to pick up from Shanks. Oh, and got the reverse turn to that.
Great shot.
2-1 Serverly.
At what point do you think Nicky kind of opens up a bit?
I feel
like you said earlier, it's been very conservative to this point.
Yeah, I feel like that was a shot we maybe hadn't seen before. Nicky's been cutting quite a lot.
Wow, that bounce, great return off that bounce.
15-all. 30-15.
Rob getting some success mixing the straight and sidewall underarm twist.
Last gallery.
That's a tough one to read.
30-15.
I've often thought that's a good shot, you know. You shape up for that.
You line up for the main wall and then
Hit it a bit thicker.
okay. Only if you don't like the other guy.
That's good start from Shanks.
Done very well to get that back.
30-all.
So one chase. Nicky, you look for a second chase or go big? One big. Shanks is equal to it.
Wow. Yes. With a game point, extend his lead by 3 games to 1.
I think grill stat's probably pretty heavy in Shanks' favour as well at the moment. Target's proving the difference. Oh, pick up from Nick. Oh.
Wow, that's a
Great
huge rally.
finish.
And I think Shenkman has played that rally well.
Use. Half a yard worth 6. Juice.
Great volley. It's just hitting that backhand beautifully, isn't it?
So we're beginning to see Shenkman come out on top in these longer rallies, which I think initially we saw a few nervy errors. Maybe it wasn't always the case that he was winning, but now he looks to be dominating on the floor.
Yeah, like I said, he's hitting the targets, isn't he?
Half a yard worth
Must be 6 or 7 dead on by now. Just moving Nicky out of the way and then picking him off. It's a good finish.
Wow, what a shot.
3 games to 1. 3-1. Where's the last gallery?
We're doing everything right here, Shanks, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean he's going out there doing what he does best. And I think against a player like Nicky, it's the ideal game plan. Oh, that's clever. That is a very smart shot.
Change of weapons.
Saw Nicky creeping up the court there and hit the main wall early. Shenkman go with the bobble as a first serve, so he evidently wants that cut volley response from Nicky instead of a force.
Yeah, I think he's starting to get into most points, and so I think he's quite confident that whatever comes off that bobble, he'll get back.
Yeah, it means he's playing the rally on the floor, and if Nicky's not driving the ball, then I guess he may struggle to generate a chase as easily.
Right, what's Nicky got to do to bring himself back in this set? He's definitely got to find his targets a bit better. He's been a bit loose towards the grill, hasn't he? Not even hitting timbre, really, just kind of missing altogether. I think you pointed out earlier, Shanks is definitely targeting that backhand volley. Not even really trying to put it away, is he?
Yeah, he's just letting the average come.
15-30.
Nice finish.
15-30.
That's a good shot.
Western second gallery, 15-30.
What, 100%? Nicky's got to get that backhand volley going.
Yeah, a few errors creeping in from Nicky there.
This game's hard enough, but if your backhand volley fails you, it is not a fun day out.
Nicky about to change his grip there and then
second gallery.
running out of time. He's evidently not happy with his racket.
Yeah, I mean, do we have a time limit? What would have...
or maybe he just didn't know how
what
to.
would have
I'm not
happened if
sure.
he just stood there, kept re-gripping rackets?
Played to the rhythm of the server, I guess. Shenkman could have just served.
Start serving full PKs.
Wow. Serious defense.
Another one coming. Oh, he didn't get a bounce. Is that the early signs of a change of game plan there?
From Nicky taking on the galleries. Yeah, I guess...
Two big hits before that.
Yeah, I guess some more pace. I mean, when Shenkman's playing well, and even when he's not playing well, his defensive volley is one of the stronger parts of his game. He just gets it back above the net, below the penthouse most of the time.
Yeah, he's very good at softballing it back.
Yeah. I'm not sure he's one where you can kind of just paste your way through him. I don't know. If I knew what to do, I'd probably be MCC gold racket holder. So
getting closer, Bertie.
yeah, as opposed to silver racket.
Nicky having to work very hard.
That's
here.
such a great volley. Shenkman running from corner to corner there.
That was a big point. That's a great little. Did well to stay in that point, Nicky. That's a superb rally. Nicky just failing to find the grill when he had that
loose ball in the right-hand corner.
That's the corner.
Oh,
And the game.
that's
And the game
Nicky
one.
scratching his head.
Yeah, again, just no targets to speak of.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
amazing how even half a dozen can
what
turn
a
it
difference
around.
that makes.
Second gallery.
Seeing a lot of juice games and Rob's just staying strong and being consistent in those big points. Wow,
Oh,
there it is.
Is that number one, Mr. Director?
15 up.
We've just been told that's Nicky's third grill.
Oh, that's a good look.
15
That's
all.
such a great shot.
Thirty 15.
Yeah, two very similar looking volleys there, but just a millisecond out on the timing, the second one. It's such fine margins. Oh, that's almost gone.
It was actually quite close, wasn't it?
I have a feeling Shenkers wouldn't have been looking had that gone over. The highest timbre boast ever recorded.
Dude, mind if I just put some water down in the corner?
Shenkers asking to flood the Colosseum. Obviously feels it's a bit slippery out there.
Yeah, it has been a bit kind of oily this week on court.
Yeah, you find that once the temperature drops,
Yeah, it's a bad time of year, isn't it?
the reaction between your shoe and the floor is not as good.
Nicky re-gripping a racket and then not using it. He's evidently got
Chase
some
the second gallery.
racket swapping plan
Second
for the
gallery.
next set.
We've got a long way to go on this one, despite the score. Nicky's very
Game
capable
receiver,
of
2 games to 4.
suddenly hitting 12 dead-ons. Still looking very relaxed despite the scoreline.
A couple of errors from Shenkman there.
Great hop off there. That's
All the
good.
yard work. 15 up. And the last gallery. 2
He's
up.
gotten away with it. So,
Yeah, it's not uncommon, that outcome, is it?
do we need to see a tactical reset from Nicky, or is it just a matter of doing what he's doing, maybe just keeping it a little tighter, finding his targets more?
Yeah, an interesting stat just came up there. Shenkers is way ahead on laying chases, and so
Serve lead, 15 up.
I think Nicky's
More
just
than
got
yard
to
worse than last gallery.
play a bit more as if he's the underdog.
Oh,
Yeah, there's that
15 all.
fat main wall
Chase
again.
the last gallery.
Shanks. Second one of those he's trying. Yeah, you can't afford to do that at this
better
level.
just to go direct for the backhand corner.
Well, you remember what he said to himself when he missed the first one.
That's not your shot. But is it anyone's shot there?
Gone again.
15.
It's a disease.
Oh, well done. Had to just hold himself to get that back. It's going to be tight. Oh, well done.
Wow, he's found the length.
It's such an uncomfortable feeling when you're tight on that main wall and you look up and see it just going to catch the timber and you've got some running to do. Just see him, he's just going on more timber. Yeah, I think tactically from this backhand corner at the service end, I think Nicky's playing everything quite fast across court. He could definitely rein that in and
Slow it down.
play a bit more around base of the timber kind of stuff to get a few more defensive responses from Rob. That's going to be good. You could maybe have left that. Better than 3, is it?
Chase 3.
Yeah,
That's a good shot.
second or third last one was going to pop, I think.
3 games to 4. First set.
See, now the pressure in a funny way mounts on Rob, doesn't it?
Yeah, he wanted to make the most of his opportunity. Is that a one-off mistake, or is that a short underarm twist? Is that a serve? Rob
Yeah, I
should
mean, he got beaten by the serve there, didn't he? Are you saying Shank's mean to do it that short?
It looked like Nicky had a lot of, like a bit of a free hit.
Cool. 15 all.
Didn't quite get a bounce. Great shot from Rob, though. Got some big points here. Sticking with his underarm twist, that's a good one.
Good return there.
Yeah, I
Nicky
mean,
equal
that is
to
the problem with
there.
that serve, isn't it? Does open up that battery wall for some heavy spin. Same. It's good defense.
Oh, Nicky's done very well from there. Wow.
Very short grip Shanks has on that underarm. Nicky sticking with the floor play.
So, on that underarm twist, would you like to see Shenkman keep it a bit shorter and try and get Nicky to volley it, or is it better to be going for like the back wall nick?
I'm not sure. I think it's a harder serve to volley. Doesn't tend to do much on the back wall here, does it? I mean, if you hit the back wall.
It looks a little like it sits up off the back wall if
Yeah.
it goes floor first.
Point for 4-all. Didn't look like that 15 minutes ago.
No, Shanks will be annoyed to let it come back to 4-all. Oh, great shot.
I think he was always going to go there.
Good hold.
Good pick up. That was a nasty length from up there. That's the kind of stuff that's hurting Nicky to this point.
Yeah, that was a great rally, and Nicky had his chance for the grill there.
game.
That's
5
where the
games
lack
to
of pace
3.
comes in handy. Nicky was about a mile in front of that volley. Oh, that's a
Wow.
lovely shot.
Clean up.
Good idea. If you can't hit the grill, put it away for a bit.
He's keeping that railroad so tight.
Yeah,
Nicky.
it is. But I think made worse by the fact that Rob's letting them go.
He should be going up and volleying that.
Probably at least trying a few more.
Yeah, great time for the gallery. Just when Nicky's getting some momentum with his serving.
It's a lovely ball.
Wow.
So he does have that shot. Right, he'd be praying for a couple of good serves here, Rob.
30-love receiver lead. Chase the last gallery.
Both decent chasers on this court. Last gallery with a good serve, never that easy to beat.
Oh, what a serve that is.
Was that even in? Oh, he'd be killing himself.
No.
Right, 40-11, Nicky's got a free hit all of a sudden. Backhand corner of the dead on. Oh, good
Good
bobble.
serve.
40.
What was Nicky doing? Looking for a chase, do you think?
I've got the feeling that he'll be looking at the dead on. That's the kind of top quality insight I can bring.
It's a good finish from Shanks again, just not missing his grill.
30-40.
I think Nicky's probably not thinking he has a free shot anymore. Oh, that must have been close.
Better than the door.
Nicky going for plan A there, and when plan A didn't work, going for plan A a bit harder.
Plan A plus.
Yeah.
Server leads 30-40. Chase better than the door.
Chip down the line. Or the big volley. Just the chip down the line.
Oh, that's a
Beautiful
great ball.
tight chip there.
I want to avoid a nervous 4-5 game if he can here.
Receiver.
Rob has benefited from a few misses at Nicky from the right time, being an upset point. Oh, that's too big, surely. And another missed volley. Well, that's a good set from Shankers there.
Very good set, very tidy. Nicky just missing a couple of targets and a couple of net tapes at the wrong time.
Well, I think he missed 3 towards the end there, didn't he?
Very, very fine margins in that set.
Right, I'm interested to see these set stats when they come up. I think unsurprisingly, Shanks will be leading in basically every area.
That was a 6-3 that could very easily have been a 6-4 or 6-5.
So that's a nice feeling for Nicky, first point. Put away the shot he's been missing for the last hour. Really feathers that backhand, doesn't he, Shankers?
Is in slightly too much cut, or
Yeah, but I think he's doing it on purpose. It's his. That's the way he likes to hit it. Take everything off it by sliding underneath it. That's a good time. That's a good get.
oh wow, it's a great shot. Nicky looking a little bit sharper these last couple of rallies. His volleys more consistent and some more weight on them.
I think there's an element of the long game
From Nicky.
from Rob. Does he feel like he's the fitter, stronger player?
I think he
don't know
potentially
how.
he's got his fitness. I think is very strong. I think it's quite rare for him to be kind of like out of breath in 5 sets. But I think against on paper a better player, he'll just be looking to grab every point when he can.
That's a great example of just getting someone out of the volley. Look at that, dead on stat. 8-1.
Rob Shenkman.
This is where Nicky's just not winning enough points. Well done.
Yeah, the misread from Rob there. There we go. The stats
Alright,
from
where's
the
your
first
money on
set.
here? Main wall, down the line. Here we go,
I
stats.
feel like the grill count for both Shenkman and Nicky, you could expect that to have been a
thought,
lot higher.
I thought Rob was a bit higher than that, but there you go. Points won, super tight.
Wow. Yeah, there we go. It was a very close first set. Rob just winning those big points.
Particularly just doing slightly better on his own serve.
The stats very similar for both players. Nicky serving a lot more.
It's an unusual 6-3 kind of looking set of
That
stats,
looks a
isn't
lot
it?
closer.
I suppose when you think about those first few games. Very close. There
Wow.
it is.
Game to receiver, first
Great
game,
shot.
second set.
Yeah, I think, you know, if you're playing better than half a yard, you almost want that underarm. Because it comes off early, you can hit a slap volley. If it goes deep,
What,
you
would
can
you have
bang
gone a bobble there? Or?
anything but that underarm, I think.
Okay, like a slow railroad or something.
Yeah. It's good from Rob. He's got to just keep making that backhand volley. Gets him in every point. Ooh,
Wow.
just dipped off the timbre under his racket. Yeah, I think playing queens, you would not expect that ball to drop like it did there.
Off the timbre.
Mm.
Yeah, a lot of cut on that. Shenkman took it very low to the ground.
I'd be disappointed there. He was on it.
Wow.
30-15.
Been a few of those where I thought Rob had a play on it, but just it seems to just let him go in.
Yeah, it was a bit of a bullet.
Oh, that's a great
Good
serve.
serve. I think he will be annoyed to have not made that.
A little bit of hockey-roo there.
Ooh.
Tough call. Gone over on his own feet. Oh, we're getting some horrendous bounces in this rally. Hazard.
I think a hazard's a fair result there.
Yeah, that's not going to make any real tennis websites anytime soon. I wonder, like, does Nicky need to be going for that? Is he kind of good enough to maybe play a few cut shots and just work Rob over, or does he need that to be going in?
Good enough. Yeah, Rob's been defending the main ball really well. His defensive volley is probably not the way forward for Nicky in this match. Maybe a cut shot first to set up the opportunity and then put the ball away. He's tracked that down. The ball's actually sat up, I think, a little bit longer than Shenkman was expecting. It's a good shot from Nicky.
Yeah, that's exactly the ball he's been missing.
Shenkman's showing some signs of frustration here. That's true, the director says he always does. Great time for a last gallery there, just disrupt the momentum.
Shanks would dearly love to hang on.
Yeah,
early in this set.
To keep the pressure on Nicky, and
yeah, he definitely doesn't want to give away a 6-2 or
I have the feeling
6-1.
Nicky's looking a little bit contained at the moment.
Robert, you have time.
Some slightly nervy errors.
We've got an injury timeout, I think. Nick was pointing to his forearm.
And if Nicky was to take that
maybe
lead,
he's got some blood, does he? Caught himself on the net or something. Yeah, it's just a blood rule.
Oh, you can't get. Is that a lawn tennis thing? If you get blood on the ball, you're just like, you can't play anymore.
Yeah, forever.
No, like
just disqualified.
I think so. You have to finish the match, don't you?
No, that's quite a common injury in real tennis. Walking around the net and being savaged by the wire poking out. I think we've all had that one.
Rob looking quite contemplative.
I think he's dozed off.
He has played a lot of real tennis. Maybe he's finally getting bored of it.
I'm sure they're feeling very warm down there, but it's a very chilly day here.
It is very cold on court.
So you definitely don't want to be standing around for 5-10 minutes. Here comes the first aid box. Let's see how the Queen's first aid box upkeep is. Plasters are usually the first thing to go.
First aid being tested at the moment.
Drew, put your gloves on first. Cotton swab.
I feel like a wet paper towel could have done the job there, but the show's back on the road.
Yes, there's lots of tissues.
I wonder when they put a plaster on. Trouble is, once you start swinging your arm, of course, like blood starts pouring out.
Can you get some toilet paper, some roll or toilet paper, Jenna?
Gone for the classic real tennis toilet paper.
Tactical masterclass from Nicky here.
It's the conversation you hear all the time on the ATP tour. Excuse me, umpire, can you get me some toilet paper? That must have been a nasty cut. I would have thought that the net would have had a rope through it, so maybe it was one of those plastic ties.
I did catch myself on that post the other day, to be fair.
Is it the plastic ties? That
might be the zip ties, I think that, yeah.
There wouldn't be any cable through there anymore. Yeah, the net, bit of a problem here. I feel if I was
Rob practicing his gristmet.
looking after this court,
there.
I might pull the net all the way to the main wall and then have the patch over by the net post. Maybe they tried that and it didn't work.
Has this court changed in how it's played in the years you've been like playing the British Open here? Was it always
Yeah,
been?
definitely. I mean, it's had a few. In the old days, they used to oil it, linseed oil, because they didn't like the fact. You can see the high back walls now, how they're greying out.
Yes.
And they didn't like that, and so they used to linseed oil the whole thing.
Oh, so it looked like
so for about 2 years it was beautiful black, but like unplayable because it was just so slick and disgusting. Railroads would just be coming out by the crown. And then they painted what was a beautiful penthouse with this kind of blackboard paint. Completely ruined it.
What colour was it previously?
Well, it was black, but it was nice, polished boards.
Yeah. Apparently Queens used to be like, not red and green, but just like stone colour, way back when.
Yeah, of course, it just had the traditional flagstones, but I think it was there was some TV done here. That's a lovely return.
And the game, 2 games to love, second
There
set.
we go. Well, Shanks will be hoping to get into this set.
Wow. Shenkman really, I feel like needs this game hit. 3 love leaders.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Nicky looks like he could kind of, just once he gets on a bit of a roll, free up a bit, start finding his targets. Rob needs to keep the pressure on.
It's his traditional defence, but he's just gone a bit high with that one. Bit of a shank, but it was kind of on target, whatever. Where's he going? Memoir? That shows how confident he's feeling.
Oh no!
Game to receiver, 3 games to love.
Frustrating rally. Nicky's suddenly looking very confident.
Yeah, I wonder if he's thinking, I kind of lost that first set rather than Shanks winning it kind of thing.
What's the second gallery?
Things will come good.
I feel like Shenkman's game style kind of has that effect on those top players, though. You're just getting the ball and play in the right areas.
It's a lovely shot from Rob.
Enough.
If Nicky stays further out, he's getting that back comfortably.
Wow, what a great shot.
Yeah, this is the problem, isn't it? That stuff starts going in.
Yeah, that's danger time.
Shanks, keep the head down.
15. What's the second gallery?
Definitely feels more like a British Open when you see handy lines out there.
That's true.
That's you.
Very good tennis player on this court, he was. He was a hard man to put away.
Do you play him often?
I think we had a few quarterfinals out here. Yeah.
Wow.
What's the second penalty final?
Him and John Dawes, well, that's kind of
Similar style?
one of the quarters you didn't want to, or a first or round of 16 even.
Just because Would
A bit like Schenker's thing, that the thing was on the spot
you're
the
gonna
whole
have to
time.
run a lot, yeah. What did Drew get to? Like +5?
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Worse than second gallery.
Oh, that's nice. I think that's the first one of the day.
40-30.
There it is.
Goes better
Confirmation.
than 5.
Gee, he's done well with that. See again, that floater.
Oh, it's just drifted out.
Drew, that's out, mate.
Drew.
Games and server.
How did they miss that?
4 games to none.
Oh, how has Shank's not said
How is
anything?
Shenkman not?
I'd have been doing the dance.
You do the Rob Fay signature look.
Well, and we all heard it, right?
That's bizarre. It's like the players didn't notice. Oh well.
I mean, I would have stared at Nicky first, then Drew, then Nicky, then Drew.
Yeah, Nicky must have seen that.
And then I would have caught the ball and said, out.
Fired at him.
Alright. Right, 4 love. Gosh. It's just a few little things like that. That's, you know, Shanks is now the one missing the odd one.
Nice to see Jedi Parsons enjoying the commentary.
Is he?
The live chat.
Does he send us a song, Jedi?
I heard about that. That's now part of Real Tennis Legend.
Right, Jedi is a big part of Real Tennis Legend.
Jedi is Real Tennis.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
good
more
job.
like Rob. That's more like the first set, isn't it?
15-30.
No pace, just pure accuracy.
And set it up well with Nicky out of position.
Gosh, it's good. It's a
Yeah,
great
great
rally.
time for a gallery.
Beautiful floor play,
Just-
great retrieval.
Just scrolling through the live chat. Question from Luke C. Do you guys... Oh, sorry, director.
Here comes the out of court call.
And as we can see, it is out of court.
Yep, not even close. Made a wooden sound. Looked
It's just
incredibly
strange
high.
that Shenkman didn't.
What's is Rob not looking?
Just in the zone.
Must have been.
15-30 receiver lead.
Do you guys think Nick looks more assured than in previous years?
Yeah, I think definitely. I mean, this
He's an open,
not surprising
open winner.
because he's won big tournaments and he's getting better and better. Does wonders for your
And
self-assurance.
At 39 years old as well.
Yeah, it's young for this game, isn't it?
It's very young for this game.
Just getting started. Again, just
40-30.
interesting thing about this court is you don't get beaten a lot. You can get a racket to it,
Yeah.
which is actually it's almost not what you want.
It's quite depressing sometimes.
So you just think, oh, I'd rather not be hitting that.
Oh,
Games to receiver. 5 games to love.
So I think as long as Nicky doesn't relax too much here,
Not going.
we're looking at a set all pretty soon. But that last game can be quite hard to win. Shanks can relax. Nicky can press a bit too hard. There's a few things that can change.
wow.
And second gallery.
Yes, need some more aggression from Nicky. He's growing in confidence.
Well, it's just it's going in, isn't it? That's the thing.
Do you think the the age in which like the top real tennis players seem to peak at is getting like older? Are the top guys, or is it just that there are less younger players kind of pushing through?
Yeah, there's probably like a missing generation.
Yeah.
But I think as the game, overall has become slightly more power-based, it does take a long time to develop that physique.
Okay. Rather than
So
kind
you're
of like
probably
cardio.
you're more likely to be in your 30s
Okay.
than in your 20s to hit your peak. Nicky just looks in control, doesn't he?
Chase, 15 love server. Second gallery.
It's unlucky.
15 all.
Another lovely cut shot from Schenkers. See, I think this set he hasn't made a single one of those. That's like great play from Shanks. You see there, Nicky's attacking the grill is really backed off.
15.
He's just much happier putting a good ball in there rather than taking the logo on.
40-15.
Here we go. The fight back.
Chance for Shenkman to get on the scoreboard here, build some momentum.
He's slightly overrun that, but he's got it back.
Great time for a gallery there.
Yeah,
He's done
and
very well to
actually-
hit that backhand off balance.
He's very consistent at that play. He'll give you 2 or 3 into the backhand, and then that third or fourth one will be the gallery.
Is that the right way to kind of go about it from the receiver side?
If you're confident enough, each one of those floor shots has got to be of
Got to be a
a
winner.
good
yeah.
enough quality to allow you to do that. If you're loose on one of them, all of a sudden you're defending. But
40-15. Chase the last gallery.
or is he going to go underarm here? It's not. Don't feel like it's been really working for him. Maybe not time to bring out the railroad and change it up. Oh, that's lovely from Nicky. Again, just a heavy ball, isn't it? That was not the railroad Shanks was looking for.
No.
Nor was that.
Yeah, that's the serve Nicky wants all day, really.
Back to the underarm. Again, just if he gets to the back wall and
Yeah,
just
that
says,
serves too deep.
hit me.
Okay.
I think he's trying to hit the side wall probably, is he?
Shenkman just not quite finding the right serve those last four rallies.
Yeah, I think he's maybe getting a bit too much bounce on that bobble. Still a nice clear bounce when it's coming off the roof. Rather
Right,
than
you
kind
want
of
dribbling a bit.
Yeah. I think it's called a bobble for a reason.
Okay.
Otherwise we'd call it the juicy 2 bouncer. I think Nicky has slightly relaxed a bit here. Almost lost
Well,
it.
that's from Nicky. It's a very casual leave.
Rob hangs his head. Thought he had that, I reckon.
Yeah, that is tough.
He thought, I'm on the board here. 1-5, here we go. Deuce. Ring the bell. Oh, it's hit it straight onto Rob's racket by accident. Yeah, he could have had a better one
Okay,
there.
better than that, he says. Shenkman wanted half a yard there.
That's a good save. Oh, good pick up. Oh, there we go. That's how you finish it.
Just looking at Nicky's
Overhead
second serve
ball.
there, he's opted for a cut sidewall as a second serve. In a match, do you tend to just go with the bobble as a second serve and stick with it the whole way through, or when would you choose to vary your second serve?
I do like that sidewall here. Again, just because of the ski ramp over the winning gallery. Most courts it would be terrible. But it is a good second serve here.
So typically you'd stay away from a sidewall second serve, but throwing the demi-piqué in there, or just stick to the
I
bobble?
think I like the sidewall second serve.
Okay.
But yeah, bobble and demi's both good options.
Advantage receiver.
Here we go, set point for Nicky Howell.
That's a nice one.
That's a brilliant
Yeah,
volley.
yeah,
and
it's well,
that's
good
a
set
really
there from the
awkward
right
height.
through.
Nicky brings it back to one set.
One settle. Third set. Level. Clean up.
There's a bit of delayed movement there from Shenkman.
I think just the error count there from Rob was
Creeping up a bit.
was not good enough at this level, was it?
6, 15 up.
Nicky's errors dried up. Just enough targets. Is that the first high serve we've seen?
Yes, I think. I'm not sure Nicky served one either. Here goes stats for the second set. Expecting Nicky to be quite dominant here. Still quite a low target count for both players. But yeah, no, Nicky's points won, just far clear of Shenkman's.
More chasers there.
Sorry?
How were the chasers in that set?
Didn't get a chance to. It was snatched from me before I could see it.
30 up. Hazard better than the door.
Oh no.
40 up.
Yeah, that was. Rob will be annoyed with that shot.
It's just the body language is not great down the hazard end, is it? Needs to get himself into
Yeah, I
this.
feel like he's been down there a while now.
It's just hitting back wall after back wall.
Great time to get a chase there. It just wasn't quite working out for him down the receiver side. Here we go. Stats for set 2.
Chasers laid.
I don't fully understand that chaser's laid stat. So is that 25% of their shots from the receiver's side? How many ended in a chase? 25% of rallies from the receiver's side. Okay.
15-40.
just ask the director what's a high number for that historically.
Western Yard 15-40.
Yeah, so it's quite marginal because so 20 and below is terrible, 30 and above is excellent.
I think 1 and 4. If 1 and 4 points from the receiver side ending in a chase, so 1 chase a game pretty much, that feels quite good.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine anything more than that.
Especially with these guys picking off dead-ons.
I'd be interested to know what it was when we used to serve boomerangs. It's probably like 50 to 60.
Wow.
Nicky's
technique on his backhand volley is just so simple, so strong, it's great.
It's certainly improved. You remember we talked about it in the first set, when you're missing your backhand volley, it's hard to compete.
First gallery.
Again, see, even though he's missed there, he's just taken a lot off that. First set, he was really pressing on that backhand.
That's a great rally.
Yeah.
And Nicky really setting that up by straightening that backhand down the line.
It's the one Bertie Vallett's going to learn.
That's what we were just discussing that before the commentary. That's my new shot.
Not yet, it isn't. Okay, that's a nice point. I think Rob now has to start doing a bit more of that. Nicky's got himself into a place where he'll happily stay down the service end all for as long as Rob wants to rally.
Feels like he's really found his range with his railroad, keeping it on that kind of final plank on the penthouse, and it's dropping around the stroke line.
Steve leads 15 love. Chase the first gallery. Chase. There you go. Second gallery.
That's it. Confidence builder. It's kind of odd how one-sided this match has become.
Yeah, I was just thinking, not that it was remotely the same level, but in my first round, the score was exactly the same so far.
But actually,
Swings and momentum can happen.
Yeah, but even that first set from 4-1, that was when the momentum swung.
Yeah.
Shanks he battled it out from there, but Nicky was on the rise at that point.
Yeah, it just feels like Rob is not really finding a serve that's
Yeah.
containing Nicky at all. It's like when he wants to drive the ball, he just chooses to, and that's that. And it's either a dead on or a chase.
No, exactly. And I think in that first set again, he was getting a lot of third balls back, and that has really tailed off for him.
I think he was having a lot of success with the shorter bobble when Nicky was going with the cross-court cut volley.
Yeah, he played.
And Rob was just automatically in the rally. Because I'm not sure we've seen the straight cut volley all that much from Nicky. That might be the play to move back on. Ooh.
30-40.
What was the chase there?
Second gallery. Nicky looking quite confused there.
Hey, did he think? I think he thought it might have gone through. There doesn't appear to be a space there.
No, I don't think it can go through here.
No.
He's looking
Still
angrily,
looking.
He's looking angrily at the net.
Queen's Club Spider-Man's done a great job there. There's no gaps.
Wow.
Gosh.
What a time to do
If
that.
only it was that easy, right?
Well, I think Nicky's volleying the next one, isn't he? So
Hard.
that was going in the neck too. Wow, what a rally.
Come on, Shanks, that's 2 good points.
Yeah, he really needs to break this run of games that Nicky's had.
I mean, Nicky's just not stressed at all, is he?
That's such a heavy ball to generate from there. Some would say good serve.
Is he called that on the edge? I've often had this conversation with Drew. Was that the edge? Because it sure as hell
Didn't
wasn't
say it
short.
that nicely there when you're on court.
Shanks again. I think that's the 5th one.
Yeah, I guess it's tough with that rollover force because it drops so much. Looks like it's getting up.
I think if you can get a header on it, you should probably try with your racket.
That's a great shot. Wow, what a comment we've just had from Jed Parsons.
Is there a link?
Nicky, yeah, it reads like some kind of epic, like Norse poem. Nicky looked like a man who just jumped into cold sea. First set, shock.
Yeah. He does love a good cold bath.
It gets better. Take a bit of time to connect and feel mind and body again. One thinks he's warm now and heading back to the shore. That is poetic. That brought a tear to my eye. Thank you, Jed.
Thank you, Jed.
That was very moving. The epic tale of Nicky.
Oh, it's
Wow, what a
finish
shot.
from there. This is the type of game that Shanks was edging out in the first set.
Wow.
Whereas now it's turned
Well,
the
get
other way.
that back.
It's going to make it.
Oh, it's a stroke. Oh, what?
Oh,
Drew.
come on, Nicky, you got to call that.
The marker's always right, but everyone up here did.
I mean, we've got a much better view than they have. Let's be honest.
That's bizarre. Yeah.
But I think, see where that ball is, that's where it landed.
It's a good thing Nicky wasn't looking at the chase because that. Wow.
There it is.
That's aggressive.
Better than half a yard.
Drew is known
Well,
to
you know, we've
Drew
got
is known to accept bribes. So.
Significant parallax from up here.
And the
It's a
game,
good shot.
server leads by 2 games to none. Third set.
It's probably for the. I mean,
Well, that's the thing, when you've got a marker in the net, right, just
Yeah.
you got to play the marker.
never get angry with the marker.
Oh, there's the question again.
That one probably did
Was
look
that
like
edge?
a fault, to be fair, because it jumped off so much.
It's a great little serve.
Is Nicky one to get angry? It feels like he's been very calm, even in the big pressure moments.
Yeah.
Does he have a temper or not really?
I mean, I think we all do, but
Well, I guess he hides it then.
At the moment, he's hiding it.
He seems very calm, even in the first set when things weren't going to plan.
There was a lot of that in the first set. That's more like it. Yeah, see, just set it up before you pull the trigger. Much better.
A lot of self-talk from Shenkman here. I think most of it's positive.
What's 6, 15, 30?
God, so many tight calls in that corner.
And second gallery. 15, 30.
Well played, Shanks. Yeah, I think what's Nicky won something like 12 out of the last 14 games, so he probably should be feeling quite calm.
Worse than 6.
I think that dead on stat will be getting a bit tighter all of a sudden.
Wow, that's a great gap.
15. Chase the second gallery.
Oh, it's good
Can't
disguise
catch a
from
break,
Nicky on that
Shanks.
ball.
Hit that volley well, but just
Are they still connecting? Yeah.
I think the problem for Shanks here is Nicky's in second gear.
Yeah, I think plan A plus is working.
Yeah, it's almost just back to plan A now.
More than the yard worse than last gallery, juice.
That's a untimely error there. That would have been a great point to take. Change again to the weaker chase.
Yeah, I think at this point, one chase.
Yeah, it's one chase, but I don't know. It's advantage.
Show advantage, Fever. More than a yard worse than last gallery.
There's only one. Yeah. Here we go, one chase. No, Shankers. Nicky hit that ball on the net. Sorry everybody, bit of chat with the production team. Yeah, I was about to say, I think Rob's best hope here is a dip in concentration from Nicky.
Game to receiver.
Yeah, that's an error I don't think we saw last set.
1 game to 2.
Oh, Schenker's back on the march.
Last gallery.
A little skip in the step, wasn't it? Let's see where this goes.
Wow, that is so
Having a
solid.
good day when they start going in.
Yeah. What a backhand that was.
Last gallery. Yard worse than last gallery.
Failed, he set that rally up well, but then just failed to take the grill.
coming up after this match today. Not that we're looking to get rid of this one.
Receiver lead.
I was just checking who the winner of this match plays.
The winner of the 4 o'clock.
The winner of Rob Fay and Leon Smart. Is that right?
Yep.
Wow.
Chase. 15 all. A yard worse than last gallery.
That's a good heavy ball.
15.
I just feel like that slows, so it's just sitting up to be hit there by Nicky.
Yeah, there's not a very big landing space for that, is there? If it's too short, it gets
Yeah, it's
chopped.
just-
If it's too long,
yeah.
it gets hammered.
Yeah.
40.
We all saw and heard that one.
It's literally the same shot, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
There's 2 cherry marks right next to each other.
Oh,
that's
wow.
a good strike.
That was a big game for Shenkman to try and level things out in this set.
But yeah, I think you're right. He's just not able to stop Nicky with any serve, is he?
I think the bobble was working.
He was definitely doing better.
Half a yard worse than
Might have been marginal, but you take that. Nicky's got a free swing at all of these.
Correct. 15 up.
Yeah, he's just putting himself under way too much pressure with this underarm now, isn't
That's a great shot.
he? It's lovely width, isn't it?
Nicky's suddenly tightening up a bit. He's finding his range with the cut volley.
Yeah.
I think Shenkman has to take that basically as it's on the sidewall, right?
Yeah, but I think it's such good width. It's just
It's
an
just
effort to get
impossible.
there, isn't it?
Oh my god. Nicky gives Rob Fay a look after that shot.
Good. Well, you had time to volley that. Just
At
had
least-
a bit
at least they can laugh
a bit of
about it.
right to left on it, didn't it? Nicky again setting that point up with a good force.
Mm.
Shanks just couldn't get back into that rally.
Quite a big point that as well, because suddenly if Nicky can take a 4-1 lead, it's
Server lead. 40 left. Half a yard worse than 6.
Another
big-
chase on
big
the
point
line
in the
here.
match.
from The great marker. Oh, good get. How did that miss it again? Oh, that is a beast.
wow.
Against the server.
That is-
Yeah, that is a
Yeah.
sign of confidence.
Wow.
Come on, Shanks. Plan B.
Nicky racing ahead on points 1 here.
Sticking with plan A. Oh, plan
When
A
you-
back in the game.
When you play a match, do you consciously think about like a plan A and then a distinct game plan altogether if that fails? Or is it more just adjusting little things on the fly?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose plan A can be failing for a few reasons, and so it kind of depends. If it's a marginal fail, like a few balls rattling around the grill rather than going in,
The execution is not quite there,
you
yeah.
can probably think, well, this is not far off winning.
Yeah.
But if plan A is going to plan and you're getting mullered, then plan B, whatever that might be.
Okay. But it's not like you have like flashcards before a match and you've got like different, you're not like cycling through game plans. It's more of just like minor adjustments.
Yeah. It's quite hard to move away from plan
So do plan A better.
A. I mean, there's a lot of truth to that.
30-15.
I feel like
But there are things within your own plan A that you can mess with.
I think Shenkman could say like, right, I'm going to take more galleries, I'm going to
Yeah.
go back to bobble, but
Like he's hit like 2 or 3 fat posts in the second set.
But
and
if plan A
hasn't done any since.
If plan A is broadly be consistent and get the ball back, it's not like, that's kind of his player DNA.
Yeah, but in a funny way, that's one of the easier plan A's to kind of switch up a little bit and think, I'm going to take a few more risks,
Oh, just clip the main ball down. That's a good shot.
Since he's taken 15-20% off that backhand, it's been a different match.
That's a good cut volley.
Happens a lot on this court. I think when you finally get one that you can get, you're so used to digging them out that you miss it. You're playing something better.
Seeing it replay now.
Server lead 40-30. Hazard chase. Hazard worse than second gallery.
Oh.
I can't remember what happened there.
I think that may have been the main ball tamper point.
Oh, yeah.
That is a very heavy cut volley.
Get just another. I don't know. Try something different. Try that big PK everybody does. That's a good weight.
Oh no. Are you ever one for that serve, the full PK?
Yeah, I've been trying it a little bit. Haven't got any in yet, that's the problem.
Only when you're angry with the marker.
Yeah, it's been shown to be a very good double serve, and it's definitely,
I
think, coming into its own in the singles. Lovely finish from Rob there. Straight into the T&RA emoji.
Oh no.
Must have hit something that's only rolled out the last gallery. Done. Nice bit of edge. Good.
Yeah, that's a big point.
Another
Changing
chance
into an advantage against the 1 and 2. It's not a good feeling.
But I think when you're looking to kind of release, hit a few more bigger shots, this is a situation that's kind of made for it to think, I can let the shoulders off
and
this
one,
and have a go here with guilt-free, because I think I know how much he hates it. Great serve, and there you go, good target. Back to the chip.
Oh.
Nice finish, Nicky.
It's so hard to make Nicky have to play that ball on 1 and 2, but
Yeah, because that was a
That's a
great
great
length
shot.
on that serve.
such a strong backhand volley. He just gets behind the ball so well.
Serve advantage.
Yeah, I think maybe in that first set, Rob was hitting that ball a tiny bit wider.
I think also just the errors aren't there. Like Rob was having a lot of success just getting it to Nicky's. Oh no,
More than a yard worse
Nicky's backhand volley, and now the errors just aren't coming.
Receiver, more than a yard worse than last gallery.
Oh, that's a good shout.
And the game. 5 games for 1.
Gosh. Yeah, I
Wow,
think
that is severe.
probably a bit of a slow start, but you've got to say Nicky's actually played very, very well since then.
Yeah.
And it's just,
Shenkman looking slightly rattled
yeah,
now.
it's just too much pressure on him now. He's not quite able to execute his own game plan here, is he?
Wow.
30 up.
Gosh, too many.
That's just, I mean, it's a great shot, but that's just a free hit for Nicky, isn't it, off the back wall?
What are you going to serve here now?
What am I going to serve?
Yeah.
I think the match,
Just
if
had
I was
12
playing
out
the
of the
match,
last 14 points.
the match would be over by now if I was
Alright, we'll set point here to Nicky. So I think he'd probably be looking for a hat-trick of dead-ons here. Playing doubles with him quite so much, I know how he thinks.
Not much.
Wow.
Game and the set. 6 games for 1.
Shank's taking a little time out
How
here,
are
probably
you?
not the worst idea ever.
Speaking of doubles, the partnership everyone's thinking about, you and Steve Vigona.
I think, oh sorry, say that again.
Well, just thinking about doubles partnerships, it must be exciting playing with Steve again.
Yeah, very excited to get the old, I was about to say Nicky's probably not far off putting a jumper on here.
Yeah, it's so cold on
That's
court.
how easy he's doing it. Yeah, the doubles, very excited to watch Steve in action again. I
Have
got
you guys checked
used
who
to
your first
watching him
rounders, or?
jump around in front of me for all those years.
Okay.
I played very much the second fiddle in that pair, which I was very happy about.
So he was at the galleries.
He would play anything from the galleries to the side to the main wall,
Okay.
and anything in front or behind that.
Okay.
Here we go. So, assuming pretty one-way traffic here. While we take a break. Well, Shank's had a very high
Actually,
chasers laid there.
In a way, kind of closer than last set, I think. Shank won like 16 points last set.
That dead-on number again, gone the wrong way for Shanks. 33-17. That's not a good.
Yeah, I feel like he's unlucky to not have gotten more games on the board than that set.
And I think when you know you're in trouble against a better player when your points served are higher and you're still not getting on the scoreboard. Look at Nicky's 60% of served points won.
Rob slowing things down, probably not the worst idea in the world. Like, Nicky was looking red hot just now.
Yeah. Hopefully he's had time to rethink the serving plan.
Lead by 2 sets to 1.
Maybe chuck in a few left-handed railroads at this point. That's a better serve straight away.
Oh,
Okay, yes, 2.
I think this is a good plan B.
what's the difference?
Just ram the railroad in for a while and run for your life.
Yeah, okay.
That's it.
Oh,
That's a good one. Well played, Rob. A bit
Oh,
more of a
the Shank's
time
shoelace
wasted.
tie.
He's really taking this tactical thing
put
seriously.
a triple knot in the lace there. Oh, they're both doing it.
I think he's got a piece of broken tubing there, maybe. Oh, there he's seeing things. So get this butterfly off. There we go. Confirmed it was a piece of tubing that broke it. And we've got one of the great professionals, Peter Luck-Hilly, to come in and fix that for us. Right, here we go. Rob Shenkman leading in the fourth. Just doubled that lead.
Great cut volley. That's such a good rally from Nicky.
But already, fast railroad, even at Queen's, it's a good change up. Nicky was just leaning back and pumping everything else, so at least now he has to come up with some quality.
It's so cool.
Yeah, Bertie looks like he's about to expire, everybody.
Feel worse for the players.
Hazard worse than 2.
Alright, come on, Shanks, put this one in the galleries and get yourself off to a flyer.
Oh wow.
Get in. Oh, got a terrible bounce. Must have had a bit of edge in that to go that straight.
Chase worse than 4.
Yeah, Shanks could really do with this first game in this fourth set.
Well, I think it's the other thing, like a fast road does, it kind of it pumps you up a bit. Because it's quite a physical serve, and so
Yeah, I guess it's just a risk that it just doesn't come back in enough.
yeah. But
Well,
you've
the
just
slow
got
one
6-1,
wasn't working,
6
so
love,
exactly.
whatever.
Out of principle, do something different.
That looked close from up here, but we are 200 feet away from that, I suppose.
It's an aggressive ball, but got a comment from Gordon Tanner. Excellent commentary from Mr. Fay.
Oh, thank you,
Almost
Gordon.
like a free lesson. That's exactly what I'm getting out of this.
Don't worry, Gordon, the invoice is
on its way.
I don't think you need that much help, Gordon, to be honest. X17 handicapper. One of the great amateurs of our sport.
Hazard 1 and 2.
Do you think they're
Yeah,
both
he needed a heavy boast there. If you're going to hit that wall, hit it hard.
heavy both are going for the winning gallery part of the court?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good cover. Lovely shot again.
What a ball that is.
I think that shot's come into the game a lot.
That heavy down the line
Yeah.
backhand. Yeah, I guess it just has to be heavy, because otherwise it's a lot of danger. Just wanted to ask about the two different styles of volley defence that Rob and Nicky have. I feel like Rob has wanted to really use the main ball when he's defending a main ball force, so boast it back in there.
Yeah.
Whereas Nicky tends to straighten it more.
Yeah.
Which do you... Is it situational? How do you think about it?
Slightly situational, but I think it comes down to your grip. Once you've got that open face, then you're going to want to go back into the main wall. Because I think both Nicky and I, and Cam to a certain point, have a closed face on that, and so you're going to curl more of them down the line. But once it gets behind you, then you are boasting.
Yeah. And is one better than the other, or?
No, I think so. I think, like I say, when someone's lining up to force it, you've got to hold the rack up somehow.
Just get the ball back.
And so it comes down to how are you holding it. But I actually think the best defender of all time has been Tim. He's able to lean back on that main wall dead on and just kind of pluck it off the dead on ledge.
Wow. And where does he direct the ball?
He can go anywhere with it.
Okay.
But
Yeah, that sounds
probably
quite
down the
good.
line mostly.
down the line feels like the better shot, because if it's one of those days and you generate your own luck and it goes in the grill or goes in the timbre or something.
Yeah, but I think it's such an instinctive shot, right? There's no
You're
great
not
plan
thinking.
rushing through your head as you
Yeah.
run over there and risk your own life.
Yeah.
Again, just more steady stuff, and Nicky just
Yeah.
got rid of all those errors. And now Rob's struggling to find a way through.
Good time to take that gallery. Both of these guys really strong with their targets. I guess both coming from like relatively isolated courts, Manchester and Aiken. They spent a lot of hours doing solo practice, finding their targets.
Yes.
No, Rob doesn't actually hit with someone else on the other side of the net all that much.
No, and I think historically all the great players have spent time on their own, probably the majority of time.
Was that when you were like really working on your game, most of it was solo?
Yeah, probably
Wow.
80%. I learnt a lot from the great Wayne Davies. He would get into work 2 hours every day before work started to do 2 hours of solos.
You learnt were you working at the same club or?
Yeah, in the Racket Club.
Oh, you worked in New York?
15.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Under Wayne, yeah. See, now I think Shanks has done that railroad for a bit. He can try going back to what he prefers.
No, but
He's just done enough to maybe
just mix things up a bit.
break it up. Because now Nicky's kind of cottoned onto his railroad. He's in just as much trouble as he was before.
Mike Hennessy, good fight back from the legit 3. I think Nicky's the legit 3.
He is. He's worked hard to be the legit number 3.
Okay, 30-40.
Of course, second seed in this tournament. So it's
Must be his highest seed in the Open.
certainly in this Open.
Okay.
Of course, everybody would know that he was number 1 seed in the French Open.
I thought Ben Taylor Matthews was 1 seed in the. Oh.
No, the legit world number 3 was.
Whoops.
Ben's the legit world number 4.
Fine lines, like, Jesus, mate. Go for it.
And Shenkman is legit angry in this match.
Beverly, 30-40. Last gallery.
Do we have amateur rankings, or is it just
I think you do
world rankings
on
and
handicap.
handicaps?
Yeah, I think it's pretty. I think on world rankings, definitely Shenkman is number 1. I think KB might have him on handicap though. The director says that is correct. There we go.
Also has him on form, right? I think they played twice recently in Australia, and
Yeah.
KB showed who was boss.
Use.
I think Kieran must have been as high as 7 or 8 in the world, possibly higher. If I'm doing you a disservice, KB, apologies. But he was
Yeah, I never really saw him.
a great player. Well, he still is.
I think maybe when I first started playing, I saw this guy and then wearing like an Australia shirt serving boomerang serves, and then a couple of years later I was like, huh, that must have been KB. I don't think I've really seen him play that much.
And the game, 1 game all.
Well, here we go.
It's on the scoreboard.
That's what I mean. A couple of errors from Nick is kind of what Rob needed. Yeah, Kieran Booth, of course, from the Hobart Tennis Club originally.
Best of the first gallery.
plays out of the Royal Melbourne Tennis Club. He could hit the ball very, very hard. A bit like that from Nicky.
As you were improving, who were your big hitting partners?
I had a good year based here at Queen's.
As an amateur or touring pro?
I was actually the rackets professional, believe it or not.
Oh, really? Wow.
Peter Brake was on a break. No pun intended.
Yeah.
So I stepped in. I was in Bordeaux at the time. Moved here to do that for a year and played Julian Snow at 5:30 every day.
5 p.m. court, didn't
Monday
I
to
remember
Friday.
hearing that. Wow.
And you practiced hard whether you felt like it or not.
Was that the year you improved the most? You felt?
Improved a lot that year, but for the first year, I probably improved the most.
Okay, yeah. That would make sense.
Just came around the corner from it. That's good from Rob. That's the shot I was talking about. He needs to try a few more things like that.
Oh.
30-15.
Well marked. Wonder if the marker can feel his toes out there. Oh, that's
Wow,
a beautiful
that
shot.
is such a great volley.
40-15. Last gallery, 40-15.
Well, Rob's doing a much better job in this set. I mean, that's
Yeah.
not reflecting on the scoreboard yet, but we're back to the situation of everything's taking a bit of time. Admittedly, most of that's him doing shoelaces up, but there is
Maybe he needs to go back to Velcro.
we're kind of back to that juice kind of situation a bit
Yeah.
more versus that second and third. I don't. Nicky just
No, those middle two
read through.
sets just were pretty destructive from Nicky.
Last gallery.
pull up Shanks. From Nick again.
Face off. 40-15. Receiver.
Shank's doing very well today in that rally. Oh no.
Game for receiver. 2 games to 1.
And Nicky taking the lead in this fourth set.
Defense. A heavy ball to follow, and Shanks is out of control in the point.
What a shot that is.
Big up.
Nicky just absolutely carving that. That's such a heavy ball.
Loose serve, though, isn't it? Just
Yeah, the chance was presented to him.
40 up.
Yeah, Rob just not having much success with that underarm twist.
No, he should have put that to bed by now. Maybe thrown in some caterpillars or something.
He did have a high serve. I don't remember it going that badly
Well,
wrong.
he certainly didn't give it a very big test, did he?
No, it was one. It was a singular serve.
Game to receiver.
Good
3
solid
games to 1.
4 great cut shots there from Nicky.
Mr. Director, is there a chance we'll see the serving stats returning this Open? Not this tournament, we've heard. Oh well.
Well, he's changed serves to the long back penthouse serve. Not a bad option.
It does do that at Queens, it just carries it. And Nicky's just like hitting through him at the moment.
Yeah, I was looking earlier, and I think one of Rob's technical problems is he plays too deep.
He's too deep in the court.
Yeah, he's consistently at 2 better than 2.
Where do you
so
stand?
anything that hits the back walls is gone. Whereas if you see, like a Cam or a Steve,
Yeah.
they're at it kind of better than 4 a lot of the time. So if you can hit the back wall hard, but they're still on it.
Yeah, Steve especially, I feel like, really pushes up the court.
But from better than 2, you're not getting to worse than last, let alone better than second.
Whereabouts are you? Like 2 and 3, 3?
If I've hit a good shot, I'm as far forward as I can get, to be honest. But
Yeah, you push up after a good shot.
No
Okay.
strokes. Better than
it's an uncomfortable feeling when you see someone line up for a force. You've got to move forward, even though you know that they're trying to take your head off.
Even if it's a main ball force you think's coming?
If you're very sure it's a main wall, then no.
Chase. 15 love.
So after you've hit a good shot, you push up the court because you're aware that like a weak volley might be coming, or like a high
Yeah,
back
a
wall shot or
dribbler off the
something.
back wall or something.
15 all.
Yeah, it's frustrating that you hit a great shot and then you lose to that better than second
Mm.
chase because you're just so far back you couldn't get there. But,
Oh, good shot.
3. 15 all.
better than 3. It's a tough call.
Yeah, Drew wouldn't have seen that. I don't think he saw it.
30-15.
Gosh, this set just disappearing yet again. I mentioned early in the match that I thought Nicky was able to just relax and serve pretty much anything.
I mean, the thing is,
He's
like
not having to do great serves.
Rob's speciality is being able to like out rally the other guy. I feel, or like one of his strengths. But Nicky's just not really missing. Like he's in the rallies, he's every bit as, maybe not every bit, but he's being really consistent. And there's probably slightly more weight on his shots. So
Yeah, and Shenkman's is he's too comfortable doing it from the hazard end. It's just
Team lead 40-15.
it's just set up to beat you, isn't it, the hazard end?
Better than 3.
It's a nice pickup. Oh, if that had gone, it would have been all day.
wow, that's such a great rally.
Shakes has had to hit the first 3 shots of his life just to win the point.
Just do that every time.
Last gallery.
Done very well to find the gallery from there. That was
Yeah.
an awkward bounce.
Leapt up at him off the back, didn't it? Again, Nicky just looking very relaxed, going through the motions.
Oh my god, you first one to hit, that's really nice.
Server lead 30-40. Chase the last gallery.
Shot.
Oh, he's got it there. Oh,
Again, just too far forward. You see where Nicky took that volley.
This is
He was out
a
better
big point in the
before.
set for Shenkman. Just if he can take this game, he's still right in the set. But 4-1 is quite serious.
And the game, 4 games to 1.
4-1
Again,
Nicky.
serve. That round has been very
Yeah,
consistent.
Nicky's just had the serve the
Quite
whole match,
damaging,
really,
isn't
hasn't he? Oh, that's a very, very
shot.
clever shot. Great hands, great awareness.
Bringing out some Pierre Basta there.
Yeah, Pierre would be very proud of that shot.
Never hit a ball in anger.
Have you read that? I saw. It was like, even if you lose, you're playing the right way, so it doesn't matter. It's like, never hit the ball hard.
Yes, some of his World Championship stats beg to differ, but it's a good story.
30 done.
When did Pierre leave New York?
He's still there, I think.
Yeah, well, exactly. Just wondering whether you ever got some coaching from him.
No, I've been around a long time, but
Not that long.
I didn't miss him by much. In a few years, I think. That bubble when it's good here is really good, isn't it?
Seeing it a lot in doubles, especially.
Game to server.
Good hold
Exactly
from
like
Nicky as
Jonathan
well.
Howell's for one hand, that one.
5 games to 1.
Just a
Yeah,
tiny bit low.
Shenkman's really going to make Nicky pay for that railroad miss, and he just slightly floated it onto the back wall.
And second gallery, no serve.
Good time to get out the receiver's side there.
And the assumption that we're not about to see the greatest comeback in history, what do you think Shenkers could have done differently here today? I mean, he started out so positively. Was that him or was that Nicky?
I mean, Nicky was making a few errors to start with that Shanks did well to force and stay in the rally, but to be honest, I think this has been just like really, really, really strong from Nicky. Shenkman could probably have spent more time at the server's end, and maybe he's not had the best serving day of his life, but
He's not had the best serving day of his life. Yeah, I mean,
but I just
I agree with you.
I
think
don't
he
really,
should
I don't
have
really want to
bobbled a lot
criticise
more.
him because I just don't think he's done. He's definitely not given. He hasn't given Nicky much here.
And the funny thing is, Nicky's misread that railroad all day, and still managed to dominate it.
Like, Rob Shenkman's got the ball, missing the timbre low on the floor, and Nicky's just managed to get it cross court on the floor.
Like the world number 3.
Like he is the legit world number 3.
It's good play.
I thought Drew was about to call that one out.
Ironically. It's lovely. That's a good finish.
Shot.
That's a confident finish, isn't it? Right, we've got
That
a
is
whole
3
bunch
match
of
points.
match points. Who's next up today? Oh, Drew's been taken
Drew
in the
duck
back of the
underneath
head
that?
there. No, that caught him right in the... It's gone. think I'd be asking for a let there from Shanks. Could have gone over. Second serve, match point number 1. Again, he's using
no,
that
do not
long
double
pen
fault on
down
that
serve.
point.
And Nicky
I
just
think Shanks wanted that spear.
sorry, who we got coming next? Ben Taylor Matthews playing Nino Marola, so that's again similar kind of thing to this match coming up.
What are your thoughts on this? I'm assuming this match is nearly over.
First and the second gallery.
What could Shanks have done differently?
I mean, we've already agreed he definitely needed to serve better. And in the end, the pressure he just missed the dead on
Yeah.
for the last hour and a half. didn't
Nicky Howell takes it 3 sets to 1, and that is
he? Very strong performance.
really, really strong.
3. Did
Great.
not panic. Lost the first set. Did not panic.
We'll just see the end of match stats. Nicky really dominating in points 1. And
Serves
actually,
one from the serve centre.
serves 1, yeah, we're seeing Shenkman's percentage not as high as you'd like it to be.
Interesting, they both served the same amount.
Yeah.
Shanks tried hard to give that double faults column a tick. And again, Shenkman eventually winning the dead-on battle. I'm surprised. Anyway, terrific match. Certainly in the first hour. And then a very strong dominant performance from the world number 3. So he moves into the semi-finals.